Morning, ladies and gentle lambs. Welcome back to Driving with Uncertainty. So, yeah, on today's topic of fuck ton of topics that shouldn't be topics back to be, I have a suspicious feeling, I can't see, that my water might not be circulating. If I remember distinctly, yesterday I had a moment where, I wasn't recording, but I had a moment where I thought I heard my fan after driving a fairly short distance. Probably drove 2-3 kilometers. So yeah, that's a concern. And on top of the leak situation that we've been having, the water seems to have stabilized somehow. So what we're doing today is we set up stops, make sure what we're checking along the way that the water, number one, is pressurizing. It did look like it was pressurizing because I let it warm up a bit too long, just to be sure. You don't want to get on the road and then have an issue that you could have averted by just not going anywhere. I do have to go to work, but at this point, rather take a taxi and be late, because taxis this side are slow, than risk blowing up my engine or causing a bigger problem than just a simple radiator leak. So I'm hoping that that's not what I'm doing now. I'm hoping that my fan was just acting up. Maybe my my sensor is a bit old, because I did randomly bump into an ad for a radiator module, which is what regulates the fan. What tells the fan, okay, cool, we're too hot now, cool this down, we're fine, shut off. So maybe my module is acting up a bit, which is not a great thing. It's not a good thing. The fan still works, but the module is a better problem to have than the actual damn engine. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, in terms of heat, this side was still fine. I'm hoping that before anything breaks that side, my dash lets me know, hey, too hot, shut off or something like that. Because then if that's broken, I'm toast. But yeah. I think what did I actually want to talk about today before this issue became an issue, so-called? I can't remember. I wanted to talk about a movie or something like that. I saw a movie. So I'm having this problem that I'm figuring that I can just solve here, right? Not the main issue. The main issue is the car. The problem that I realized that I had is I don't have a person or people or group, whatever the case may be, of people that I have similar tastes with. So you watch Gen V, and then you have no one to talk about Gen V with, basically. So the thing that you end up doing, or the thing that I find myself, ending up doing, is that, okay, without a circle, the easiest thing to do is just go, oh, okay, cool, let me go watch people react, discuss, whatever the case is. But my issue becomes, it's like, no, but you guys missed the thing that I thought was interesting, that I want to talk about, and nobody ever talks about it. So then now I'm like, okay, cool, you know what, on my way to work, I'll just rant about random shit. Gen V was an example, because I watched Gen V when Friday. Yeah, I watched the new episode when it came out, so I'm not really been a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm trying to watch the new episode that just got released for Task. felt like B just bucked a bit there. So I was wary. Bit wary. You know, what sucks the most is I wanted to start this before I had these issues. Or this main specific issue in terms of cooling. So that would have been fun to do at that time. Overload, because then I wouldn't, more freedom and whatnot. I distinctly remember the last time I had freedom in my car was about 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday. Nah, it was a Monday, in fact. Sheesh, Monday afternoon. And I, usually Mondays, I usually play something chill, nothing too hectic, if you know what I mean. Like, no, not that much rah. So it's usually just that. And then that day, I found like an old playlist, something like that, 2023 or 2024, no, 2022, 2023, and I was like, oh shit, this is nice. I had good musical taste then. It was my caveat to myself, compliment, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. That's that. And then I played like 2 songs. I'm like, when I go back to my original sort of like Monday vibe, just that Monday tempo, chill. The volume is just gonna be okay. Nothing too hectic. And then by the time I got to the highway, I was on like track 5 or 7, and the music was full blasted. I was singing and rapping my voice away, and my brain was like, oh, this is nice, we haven't done this in a while. It's just willy-nilly singing in the car. Little did I know that was just a sign for bad things to come. Hopefully we never get back there. I pray, but yeah, it is what it is. It truly is what it is, It truly is what it is. Oh, and speaking of which, I don't want to say this because I love this show, but I can't get my head around. Actually, never mind. If you by any chance decided to watch this for some reason, right? Does anybody, I need to do like a full breakdown, review, whatever you want to call it, of this thing, of this movie. But hard to get, I forget what year, 2014, maybe 2015, I forget which year exactly. Hard to get South African movie. Starring, Orange, some guys that I don't know, but I think they went on to become like really big. Damn, the weather is weathering. They went on to become like really, really, really big stars or something like that, or just mid, but they were successful. The people that were in that movie. I cannot get over how good that movie is. And for some reason, I can't even remember the movies that I watched. I was looking for like South African action films at that time. After watching that movie because it was so good, and I can't fathom why people are not either talking about it or giving it its praise. Rewatching, whatever the language or verbiage you can use is. But it's a really, really, really good movie. I'm gonna do like an essay about it. I have a few lines written just about how good it is and what it means for South African cinema in general, especially for somebody who consumes a lot of non-South African media because of the monotony that at the time South African media was, or the South African media that I was aware of, exposed to, whatever the case is. It was very cut and dry. It had a formula. It was very cryy. Everybody was trying to chase Tsotsi, I believe. In my eyes, I don't know. I was not, still am not in the industry at that time. So, as a consumer, that just, it felt like people had to be in the know, and not in the know as in terms of like just basic consumerism. Like you had to, follow people and whatnot. Like you had to be on a bunch of social medias and then kind of like figure that part out. So I'm glad they had Orange in that. I should probably start calling him by his real name, because it drew a lot of, well, it drew my eye, let me just say. So yeah, I need to do that just to do it justice, because I was thinking about the last episode of Peacemaker and how people are unhappy with it just now, and then in my mind it popped up like, oh, by the way, Hard to Get is really, 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 really good. So yeah, if you decided for some reason to just watch a guy who's not showing his face, by the way, randomly talk about his car troubles with you on the internet and hopes and prays he doesn't get stuck on the side of the road for whatever reason. So if you decided to stay through that, just make sure that you click off now while you're here and watch Hard to Get. It's a really, really, really good movie, in my opinion, and I think also because of what it meant, the impact. So I might be, roasting to classes and stuff, but yeah, Hard to Get. Give it a shot. Last episode of Peacemaker, I don't know how to feel about that. Nobody asked me about my feelings, but like I said, I have feelings, and then I'm seeing people put out their feelings, and I'm like, I don't know if those are the right feelings. Everybody has a fucking opinion these days, and I'm one of them, I guess. But the last episode, the season was good. The previous, the second was really, 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 really good. And I don't know, man. The last episode was okay. I understand what James was trying to do with it. It did feel a bit rushed. I think the reason why people think it's bad, or the reason that I thought it was bad, because I had to rewatch it just to make sure that my opinion is my opinion and not influenced by other people. I had to rewatch it just for that. But there's a car that's in front of me, depressurizing my stuff. Also, not playing music so I can hear my fan. Try to hear my fan if it kicks in. Almost the first checkpoint, and then we'll see where we stand. Like halfway. To be honest, I missed my first checkpoint because I forgot, because I was yapping so hard. I forgot that I needed to check something. I know I'm paying attention and I'm watching something. I'm watching out for something. I forgot that I set benchmarks. Anyway, the exposure on that thing. Anyway, I think I understand what he is trying to do. I don't think that it landed. Could have, it could have done with maybe 2 more episodes. Yeah, well, I think if it had like 2 more episodes, it would have been good. Maybe just 1 more episode, 8 and 9, would have been good, just to flesh out people haven't seen the 11th Street Kids and their new, setup yet. What's the idea? Why are we doing that? We can only speculate, like, oh, okay, cool. So, because they said, oh, we're going to stop them, and now it's like, we have an agency. It doesn't really make sense to go against the government by starting a private company. I don't know, but maybe there's more context in the comic books as to what Checkmate is and what it does, and then that's the thingy, and then you're like, oh, because they do this, then okay, that means that they're going to do that. Probably going to be sad. Everybody else thinking that Chris abandoned them and all that stuff abruptly. He wanted to leave. They made a plan. Now we have a thing, and then he finally left, disappeared off the face of the earth. Are we going to look for him? There is no season 3. Yada yada yada. So I think that's why the nipping it in the bud was not nipped as good. The one like the bow was not tied as tight or as well. So I think that's the main issue that people have. It just, again, outside looking in perspective, I don't know for a fact, I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. So yeah, I think that's why people are unhappy with it. That's why I'm not unhappy with it, but I do see the displeasure in other people, and I understand where they might be coming from. So yeah, almost at my check mark. I think I am out of blabbing. I feel like I'm just yelling to the abyss, which I don't know. Maybe it might be good for my mental health. I don't know, but I don't think I want to yell into the abyss any longer. I want to pray. I want to focus on not blowing up my focus. So yeah, that should be it for the day, I think. I don't know. I'll probably check in on my way back home, depending on whether I'm in the back of a tow truck, behind a car with a rope, or if I'm driving. Hopefully I'm driving home. I pray that I am driving home for today and a couple other days after that. A couple of being a couple thousand So whenever I upload, I keep seeing like, oh, one view and stuff. So I'm like, who is, hopefully it's like because it's not TikTok, it's not a short, it's not like you're just scrolling, you're clicking wherever you are. And as much as I keep saying, if you're watching this, go away, there's clearly a person watching this that is not me. Because I just stay on studio, upload, and then I just leave it there in terms of the video itself. After upload, I don't touch anything, I don't go to it, check if it's uploaded, what, because then I used to do that, and then that would count as a view, and it is what it is, it's fine, but I don't do that now. But I still see there's a one view on every video that I post, but at least one view. I think there's like the last two didn't get any. So just in case that person is back, I guess I do deep down want to make sure that that person knows that I guess I am talking to them, even though I'm talking to myself. Because 0 would be ideal, but since you're here, whoever you are, my bad, again, as I've said. And yeah, man, watch Hard to Get. If you are watching Peacemaker, don't pay attention to the reviews about the last episode. It was okay. It was okay enough. The problem being the series was so good. They wanted to end it on a good note, I guess. That wraps everything or kind of like sets things in motion. So just, if you're not, also don't believe it, just watch it for yourself. It's a really good show. Watch Gen V, I'll rant about that another time. There's like this other Netflix series that I've been seeing people talk about. Tom Hardy stuff. I'll get the name. It's really, really good. We're going to be talking movies, a bunch of obscure movies, a bunch of obscure series that I'm not saying no one watches, because clearly people watch them. The analytics say people watch them. I just don't see people talk about them. That's all. People around me, people in my algorithm, they're not talking about those shows. So those are the shows that I want to talk about, because those are the shows that I watch. So again, I mean, unless you have some weird reviews and weird recommendations, I am sorry. Bye. And also, if it does matter, in the whole saga of the Bumblebee, I did miss my second checkpoint. I am almost at my third checkpoint, and now I'm scared. I'm wondering is it not gonna jinx it? I've made it so far. I'm like 80% there, right? So I've made it so far. I haven't checked. I've been yapping. So now, if I stop and I check, is that not gonna jinx it? Is B not gonna be mad at me and be like, you don't even trust me like that? Okay, fuck you, and then blow my whole shit up? Or is it like holding on by a thread in terms of everything is loud? I am speaking so loudly right now, and I can't hear the fan. The fan is running, water's not circulating. I'm not speeding, but I am driving fast, like not over the speed limit, but I am driving. So there's a lot of air being pushed into the engine, so that's also cooling it down. So that now, if I don't check it, will it not, once the highway, once I'm off the highway, and then now it's kind of like, okay, cool. No more cooling air coming into the engine. Is that not gonna blow my shit up? Or just me stopping it is gonna stop the air from flowing in, and then that's just gonna fuck my shit up. I don't know. All I have are speculations, fears, contemplations, and as I said, don't watch the shit, man. It has not been, like, the production quality is weak as hell. The blur, like, it's very non-standard. What is this? The whiteouts, I'm definitely not going to edit this whole video. So I'm probably just going to EQ it. That's it, just for sound, just make sure, and then I'm done. So then, what are you watching? It's not even decent as a podcast. So the one view, come back later, man. Come back later. Or maybe you're watching, because I haven't checked view times. That didn't feel good. That did not feel good at all. That was scary. I do not check view time, so I don't know how long that one view is, for the other videos. So maybe it's just one of those, you click and you're like, still bad. He said to come back later. I'll come back later. Click, still bad. Cool. I'll do justice in the thumbnail. Make sure that the thumbnail shows that when I'm there, and then whoever you are, you can come back at the right time. Alrighty, entering the scariest part of my journey. Should probably be recording this in case anything happens, but I'm gonna end it here. If it was a stream, probably keep it going. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna, because if it's a video, I'm just gonna cut out that part anyways, just to save myself some time. Peace of love, prosperity, and stuff like that. I don't know how you're supposed to end these, which I know is probably weird for somebody who consumes as much YouTube content as I do. How are we doing heat-wise? We're still okay. Still trying to add too much load. Okay, I'm definitely stopping at this next checkpoint. It's a checkpoint before my next checkpoint, but it'll do since I missed all 3 of them. So it's gonna replace my, if everything is fine, it replaces my last checkpoint. And then we'll see, but just to be on the safe side, because just getting off the highway, or just as I was about to get off the highway, that was not a good feeling for me. I did not like that at all. I did not like that at all. Ooh, okay, we have oh guys, why are you slowing the hell down? Okay. Okay, girl. Let's give him space. Space. Ah, didn't really need much. Okay, truck. Huh. Alright. Nice. No, I mean you did cross lane into mine, but that turn was clean. That was clean as hell. Okay. I did not like that as well. Felt a bit underpowered there. I have not been liking my my turbo these days. It sounds weird. I think anybody who looks at it is gonna tell me that it's fucked. I have a feeling that anybody who I can ask to have a look at this turbo is gonna tell me that nah, we're fucked, or we are getting there. And I also think that it's part of the issue, is part of, or partially caused by the heating issue, and you know, trying to mitigate that or sort that or whatever the case is. I really do. I really do. Shit. Alrighty, reached the checkpoint. Okay, let's see. I mean, I probably should just keep the car running, keep the recording going. Alrighty, so I'm just running out of fuel while I'm standing. Great. Fan is running. It doesn't feel like it's running aggressively, which is a good thing. That's always a good thing, because usually when we are overheating or running low on high on heat, the camera's wow, okay, and that's blurry. See, my literal point. Why are you here? Why the hell are you here? Anyway. The fan is running. It's running optimally. It doesn't feel like it's running high. You know, because even when I had to kind of like check on it, I had to go kind of like inside. So it doesn't feel aggressive is the point that I'm trying to make, which is great, because it doesn't mean that it's working overtime. And the water is warm. You know, so it's also not working too hard. So we might have, I don't know if we have a circulation problem in terms of there's a blockage, so the water is not circulating the way it should. I do think that, yeah, the power dynamics could just be my ABS. I'm hoping it's just my ABS, because I know I have that problem, and I know I have to fix that problem. So, you know, rather not have it be a new problem. So what I was saying is, everything seems okay, or okay enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, everything seems okay enough for now. So yeah, we'll see. We will definitely see about that as to what we are doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why you? Oh, Jesus. My fuel consumption is a bit high. That's a concern. Today was okay. It was not as low as it should have been, or as it usually is, especially with that level of traffic. My fuel consumption is okay. So I'm okay with that. So what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen, is I am deeply in prayer that we're not fucking anything up right now, right? So fan is on moderately. The water is doing its thing pretty much. We'll check when we get to work, because we are literally, that's the next checkpoint now. I mean, the next checkpoint should have been around maybe like 2 kilometers from here, but since we only did one and we did it there, and nothing was amiss in terms of fan wasn't running too high, the water was not like depleted or just like super hot or something crazy like that. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just praying that everything is at least just okay. It doesn't need to be great. Just okay is all I'm hoping for. What the hell? In all honesty, my brain just reminded me now, sort of just clicked that, hey, by the way, this is still recording. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck we want to talk about now? Anime? I think enough talk about the car. Just, let me and then there's this dumb sentence structure, let BBB. But yeah, I don't know. The new season of One Punch is out. I've not started watching it. My Hero Academia, though, there full time. Yep. I do feel like My Hero they need to sort of like streamline their fight scenes or something. I don't know what they need to do, but some of that has to happen where I can watch the full fight as it unfolds without the cutaways. Unless the cutaways add, because sometimes the cutaways are the other fights, so they need to just release like a special where it's just all the fights in sequential order of like this fight start to finish, this fight, because they are really good. They really, I mean, it's not like Demon Slayer level of good like visuals, but they are, so far they are, especially in terms of what they do into the story, the fights themselves. I like that. I like that. I like Bakugo's new design. He looks really dope. Yeah, Midori is fine. I think he should have gotten a better suit before this fight started, but anyway, it's fine. Maybe it'll unlock a new power, look cooler and whatnot. They're dragging the All For One fight. Or another thing that I felt in the last episode is maybe they're not dragging it. I'm just so invested. Like I'm enjoying it so much, because with My Hero, they did tend to do a lot of filler for no reason, you know. In the beginning it was fine for me because it was like, okay, it's adding context, you know. Somebody uses their full power for the first time, and then it's like, oh my god, yes, because my dad, I hate him, I didn't use his side, but now I know it's my power. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of dumb for you to have two powers and not use both powers, but I'm glad you're gonna now. Okay, cool. I'm happy for you. Let's do that. Yeah, well, so it added to the story some type of context. But I'm guessing because now that's gone, because there was just unnecessary flashbacks and whatnot and monologues and inner monologues with the last season, especially this one. It was just like, we're fighting, let's fight. You know? Or did you forget we're fighting over here too? Not just a reminder, over here we're fighting as well. So I really like that. That it's just straight up, this is the final season. We need to kill All For One. This is how we're gonna do it, or this is how we are doing it. You know? And I don't know, I thought spoiler alert, whatever, the thread guy, the needle guy, I thought he was gonna die. In the last season, I thought we were leaving him behind. You know, he was gonna nobly sacrifice himself. I mean, it's not yet confirmed that he's not fully sacrificing himself, but it looks like there's a chance that he's gonna slowly get back to who he was, slowly rebuild thread by thread. Did a whole lot of talking in the last episode, but yeah, not so far. What I've been watching though is a show. I'm literally waiting for the next Solo Leveling, and I am itching. Or is it called inching? I don't know. But I'm waiting in anticipation for the next Solo Leveling. That one I really want to see. But I've been watching a show called Gachiakuta, I think, and then I discovered Kaiju number 8, Korra season 2. Really nice show. Not bad. I like it a lot. But Gachiakuta, for some reason, 11 and 12 are not in English, and I don't mind reading, but you know, sometimes I'm just not sitting around watching anime. Sometimes I'm doing something else. So as far as the dialogue, the world building, all of that stuff, when it's not fights or whatever, we're just talking and, you know, hanging out. When that's just, if I can understand the dialogue while I wash the dishes, maybe, for example, I'm fine with that, right? I'm not glued to the screen or anything, but I understand everything that's happening. I'm not falling behind. Nothing is paused or anything of that nature. So I don't know why they haven't dubbed them, but hopefully they do soon. It's odd because they've been dubbing them the whole time, and now they just decided like, nah. I thought, okay, maybe they're gonna do the week thing. It's been 2 weeks, no dubs. So I don't know. Hopefully they get it together, but it's a really good anime. Oh, sorry. It's a really good anime. I like the story. It did, I think, 9, 10 did kind of slow down. I was like, why? We were doing fine all along. Why are we doing this now? You know, that's where I was. That's how I felt. And then, yeah, I haven't watched 11 and 12, so because of the dub, but I'm gonna get to it. I need to structure these in terms of conversation. You know, what are we talking about? That. Okay, cool. Because I'm just all over the place, which is fine. Most of us are just all over the place as people anyway. But yeah, B updates. Still getting a little bit sometimes, especially seeing now on the, that could be ABS would make sense, especially on the, not an incline, but it's a bit steep, the road that I'm on. So I'm getting a little bit of pushback in terms of, you know, trying to get power. So that will make sense. So that's fine. And then outside of that, all the normal lights are on. Yeah, it's a Christmas tree over here, but no new lights on the Christmas tree have gone on. Especially like I think 2 of them in a notification. So we're good. so nervous. I haven't really drank. I think I've had like 2 sips. That is how nervous I am. However, I think 40 something kilometers on nothing but a fan. I know air cooling is a thing. in engines, but I don't think this fan is built for that. Because also now a good point, right? Since I've had a water leak, right? Even when I figured it out, the Tuesday that I was talking about, when I did figure, this is completely me talking to myself, by the way. I am helping myself realize, trying to calm myself down. On the Tuesday, the Monday in question, where I said, it ruined my whole week, ruined my day, whatever the case is, right? The fan would have been running, or the fan was running, but because I ran out of water, because I didn't run out of water that day. I was still on antifreeze. I think I was on coolant, so I was still there. Because water is just okay, we have a leak, you can't pour a whole bunch of coolant in there because we're just pouring money on the ground now, so we use water. So anyway, I ran out of antifreeze in my system because it leaked and I didn't see it, right? Because the radiator hole, whatever. And then once we got up to temperature, because I was coming back from work, I was not even halfway home, right? Not that much traffic, but because the fan could not sustain cooling it down by itself, then it told me, hey, look, you gotta park, we're overheating right now. So I say that to say to myself, if we did have that problem today, right, the temp gauge is temp gauging, right? The temperature is temperaturing. So if we did have that problem and the fan was running by itself and I did not have any circulation, like limited to no circulation, the car would have said, hey, look, we're just running on fan power right now. We do not have enough in the system. Can you please shut us off before we blow the fuck up? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think we're okay. I think confidently I can kind of like say, okay, cool. We might be okay. We just need to monitor it, make sure that we don't kind of like fuck ourselves over, intentionally or otherwise. But doing that because I'm on a steep at the office, and my ABS acting up comes with the caveat of switching off hill start assist, so meaning that my clutch is not as stiff when it senses that I'm on a hill, because that's usually what happens, which helps a lot because I can just hold the car up by just the clutch. And the sensitivity, I think, is it's a bit closer, I think. I don't know. But the sensitivity is a bit closer. Can you hear my fan? I can hear my fan. Let me pop the hood. But anyway, made it to work safely. Thank you for traveling. Made it to work safely. We're good. Check in at the end of the day. A good 40-minute episode, so I guess it was a good 45-minute drive, maybe more, I don't know, but yeah, probably 45 minutes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Why are you here?